now, right now. Right 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 now, right now. Oh, I got a real good feeling.
We try to bring you high-quality educational and informational content every single day. Why do you think the price is having such an anemic time? The news story of the hour. Jump onto the chart. Is this the beginning of a massive financial unraveling? We got to add a little addendum to the show map today. So we start here on the daily. Now, we've been looking at the RSI on Bitcoin's daily chart for the last several days. Well, it's been increasing over the last 50 years since the government has been. Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and welcome back to Coffee and Crypto Live. This is your week daily morning show where we bring you the latest and everything Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And in today's episode, we are going to be talking about the new breakout that is occurring right now on Bitcoin. As you probably know, over the last 3 hours, Bitcoin has been in a major upswing, and this could potentially be the conclusion of the sideways price action that Bitcoin has been witnessing over the course of the last 2 weeks. As you know, Bitcoin has run out of momentum and has been trading sideways between $51,000 and $53,000 since the earlier part of February. Today, we're going to be talking about whether this entire massive bull flag that we are in is actually going to break bullish, or if the bulls have lost so much momentum that they are going to be forced to capitulate, and we'll see a drop down to $48,000. Today is February the 26th. It is a Monday. I'm very excited to be here, and if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Jeb McAfee. I've been working in the cryptocurrency space for almost 7 years now. We've been teaching people how to do technical analysis and read markets for that entire time. We've got almost 3,000 videos on the channel showing you guys how to understand what a market is, where a market moves, and most importantly, how we can operate to profit successfully in that market. So make sure to stay tuned because we got a lot of great content coming right up. Shout out to everybody who is here first this morning. Crypto Nev said hashtag Hot Pocket Analogy. I get the joke there. You're calling it an allergy. Made a video last week. I used Hot Pockets as an analogy, and people tore into me in the comments. They're like, Jeb, don't you know how bad those things are for you? Well, I do now. Okay, you just had to go and ruin my favorite lunchtime cheat meal whenever I don't make a sandwich. Because I'm normally, what you guys don't know is I normally make this sandwich. It's got cheese on it, it's got ham, it's got salami, it's got the bread with a ton of protein in it, and it's whole grain. Man, I make a killer sandwich. Every once in a while, though, man wants a Hot Pocket. Come on. You don't blame me for that? I take good care of my body. Do I not look okay? I look fine, right? No, I really don't. I probably should stop. Anyway, David's in chat, said 35K Bitcoin is next. I don't know about that. Marley is in chat. Crypto Surge, Happy Mac, Museum of Corruption. Oh, we've got Congress in chat. A bunch of old dudes that are corrupt. Wow. Alex Petway is in chat. Bob Riley's in chat. RJ, Sean O'Brien, Philly Skills 1428 said, good morning, my people, and Jeb. Good morning to you as well. Joe Bollier's in chat. Mattis S. His boy Elroy. Joey Van Englenberg. I love reading your name. It always reminds me of that Modern Marvels show on History Channel. Who remembers that? I have no idea why. I think it's because it's some kind of a Germanic name. Are you from Denmark? I can't remember. You told me where you were from one time, but it reminds me of like the Autobahn, like awesome engineering. It's so cool. It's the Van Engelenberg. I think it looks like engineering, so it makes me think of Modern Marvels. Tell me you guys have seen that show. If I'm the only one, I'm going to be really disappointed in all of you because that was a great show. How's Jeb this morning? I'm doing well. Crypto Surge said, let me tell you something. Dharmendra Patel said, hi, Jeeb. Dharmendra Patel from London. Good to see you. Already have my third cup of Java. David Mastrogiacomo is in chat. Said, good morning, chat. You got to go. Boom. Crypto Surge said, oh, wow, new sponsor. Congratulations. Yes, thank you. We do have a new sponsor, and I'll be talking about that in just a second. Pete Schwartz said, Hot Pockets. Schmedley B said, yo, Jeb, let's go. What's up? Good to see you guys. Hot Pockets. Hot Pockets are my favorite. Good morning, Jeb from North Pole Can. What is the population of Earth? I've done this before. What is the population of Earth? Anyone who gets the correct answer in chat will get a cookie. All right. Hi, Jeb. Is Blowfin for U.S. residents? Yes, it is. And that's a great segue. I'll go ahead and answer all of your questions on that because as you can see, we have a new sponsor. It is right over there, and I am going to be switching that out for the white logo so that you can see it a little bit better. But That is our new sponsor, Blowfin. Guys, I've been looking for an exchange to kind of round out something that I'm building called the Crypto Jeb Toolbox. And the whole reason that I put this toolbox together is because I'm trying to find that nice middle ground between making sure that we keep the lights on and we're able to grow the company, because we got big plans, guys. We got big plans for what we're going to do, teaching about technical analysis, financial sovereignty. We got vision that's going to take decades to pull off. But to do that, obviously, we run a business. So we need sponsors. And so I thought, how do I get sponsors in a way that would best serve my audience? Because that's the more important thing in the first place. If this isn't serving the audience, then what's the point? That's the whole point here, is to help you guys become more successful. So I started putting together this Crypto Jeb Toolbox about a year ago. And I want to actually kind of brand it as a thing. But what it is it's the affiliates and the sponsors and the products that are linked down below. And the idea is I want you to go down there and say, if I'm going to succeed in cryptocurrency, I'm going to need some of this, I'm going to need some of this. Like you're doing an Ace Hardware trip, I'm going to need some of that, I'm going to need some of this. You're going to need an exchange. If you do leverage trading, you're going to need a leverage trading exchange. If you need education, you're going to need education. That's why we teach things. If you're doing technical analysis, you're going to want an indicator. These are different products and tools that are going to help you. And if you're in crypto, every one of you is going to need an exchange to kind of make your home. Now, we had Bybit and Apex down there, but the reason that they're down there is that those are leverage trading exchanges. But Blowfin is the spot exchange that we have brought on after a lot of vetting to be our sponsored exchange. Really excited to have Blowfin with us for a multitude of different reasons. One of the most important reasons that I'm excited that Blowfin is with us is because they are non-KYC. There's no KYC with Blowfin, which is awesome, because one of the things that I promote quite a lot is financial sovereignty, which means having control over your own finances, having control over your own identity, and not giving information to people that don't need it. My NordVPN is down there. Blowfin is non-KYC, which means that you can use Blowfin without having to go through all the you have to take the picture of your ID, and then you have to get it verified, and then this and that and that, and you can only withdraw or deposit so much based on what your verification level. None of that nonsense. Blowfin doesn't have that. Blowfin also is secured by Fireblocks, and if you don't know what Fireblocks is, they are like basically Fort Knox for cryptocurrency custodians. I actually met the team at I actually walked past and kind of looked at the booth for Fireblocks at a North American Bitcoin conference about 2 years ago. Really good team, very strong technology. They're the custodian for Blowfin, and they have over 300 trading pairs, and they've got copy trading. Something I want to talk about a little bit later, because we got to jump into the content. But they've got copy trading, which is really great, because I normally push an investment strategy, because if you're going to become a profitable trader, you got to put a lot of work into it. But copy trading is kind of a way to kind of cheat the system and hack that, but also get the gains, but not have to put the work in up front. So we'll talk about the copy trading in a minute. They got some really good copy trading. And the thing that I'm really excited to let you guys know about is that if you sign up for Blowfin with the link in the description box down below for the next week and a half or so, you're going to be getting $30 in your futures account for free. All you got to do is sign up and deposit any amount into Blowfin, and you will be getting $30 for free. So if you want to take 5 minutes, sign up for an exchange, put $1 in there, you will get 30 back. How's that for a deal? I'm giving you $30. That's all you got to do. If you sign up for the exchange, try it out, put some money in there, you'll get 30 bucks. If you decide you don't like it, take the money and walk. You got 30 free dollars. But otherwise, you get a great exchange that I'm going to be showing you more about in the upcoming days and weeks. So shout out to Blowfin. Thank you very much to Blowfin for sponsoring the channel. And I am looking forward to showing you guys some more about them a little bit later. Let's get started. St. Pez said 901 is the population of Earth, Texas as of 2021. You got it. That is correct. That is correct. The population of Earth, Texas is right around 900. Get people with that every time. Yeah, Sergio said 8.1 billion. I'm sorry. It's not. That's not correct. Population of Earth, Texas. Population of Earth, Texas is about 900. Someone said, wait, what about Apex? Apex is our choice for decentralized leverage trading, which is also obviously non-KYC. So there are different exchanges for different purposes. Blowfin does not do leverage trading. They're mainly a spot in their futures trading exchange. But you're going to be able to, you really need an exchange to kind of have you be your home base for when you're just buying and selling things and you have all the trading pairs. Apex is still a great exchange. It's down below. But Blowfin is the place you're going to want to go to make your home for spot trading and for actually picking up a lot of the cryptocurrencies that you are looking for. The other cool thing about that is that obviously we're working with the team. I know the team. If you guys say, hey, man, we really want this trading pair, and everybody says that, then I get to go to our contact at Blowfin and say, hey, everybody wants this trading pair. What do you think you can do about that? So that's a cool thing about this too, is that we get to have a bit of an influence on Blowfin. All right. Bitcoin's pumping. Let me shut my mouth and then reopen it, and let's get started because Bitcoin's on the move. All right. Bitcoin over the last couple of hours has been moving pretty dramatically. It is up from $51,200 up to $52,266. This may end up being one of those markets that we see take off during the stream. Bitcoin is currently sitting at $52,311, and with that movement, it is currently breaking above this downtrending level of resistance that we were about to talk about anyway. Bitcoin has broken well above this downtrending level of resistance and is on its way up. Something that's very interesting is the Crypto Jeb Oscillator, which you guys are hopefully familiar with by now, has been talking about this for a while. The Crypto Jeb Oscillator, which is the oscillator that was built by myself and Luxalgo in partnership, has been calling for an upswing ever since right down here. You can see that the momentum reversed and started pushing in the upward direction, and has obviously been vindicated as Bitcoin has broken well above that resistance. Let's back up a little bit. We're going to keep a close eye on the market, and we're going to make sure that we know what's going on. For anyone who is tuning in for the first time, we do technical analysis on Bitcoin almost every single day here because there is a lot to learn. And over the last couple of weeks, ever since about the 14th of February, Valentine's Day, Bitcoin has been trading sideways in this bull flag formation here. And there were predictions that Bitcoin could drop as low as 48. It has not done that, so that's exciting. We've talked about how Bitcoin could drop down to about 48 to 50,500. Bitcoin dropped down to 50,500, so we actually hit the top of our price target. But Bitcoin is trading sideways here. And the reason that that's significant is because whenever you have sideways trading on Bitcoin, you end up witnessing a major breakout, normally to the upside, as a result of the fact that it is a bull flag. So if you've been through the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, then you will be aware that whenever you draw a market, let's just go up here to a clean part of the market. Whenever you have the market and it rallies up and then it trades sideways for a time, this is what's known as a bull flag or a bull pennant, depending on whether the lines are converging or they're parallel. If they're converging, it's a bull pennant. If they are parallel, the trend lines that is, then it's a bull flag. Looks like a flag on top of a flagpole. You draw the flagpole like this. You extrapolate it as such, and then you get your price target. In this case, the price target would be up here. Now, back to reality, we're seeing this play out in real time. And it shows up right here. Bitcoin has been in this bull flag. It is currently attempting to break bullish out of this bull flag. And actually, it's more of a bull descending triangle pattern, because we've got a flat level of support here, downtrending level of resistance. But Bitcoin's in the process of breaking bullish out of it, and that bull flag, just by the way, points up towards $60,000. So this is a very bullish bull flag if Bitcoin is able to sustain its upward momentum. Now, back down to the hourly chart, we can see that Bitcoin is currently trading at $52,400. In just the short time that I took to explain that, Bitcoin has gone through a $100 movement. And we're very excited about that movement because it means that Bitcoin has broken that downtrend. Now, the issue here is that Bitcoin is not out of the woods yet. There are quite a few other levels of resistance that Bitcoin is going to have to get through, namely $52,425 itself, which is where it's currently rejecting. Those are where most of the peaks are up here. And if we bring up VRVP, I'm just going to kind of prophetically tell you what this is going to say. The VRVP is going to be huge right about here. This is what VRVP is going to look like. Let's just kind of show off some skills here. VRVP is going to look a little bit... I have not pre-analyzed this. I'm just going to try and guess what it's going to look like. It's going to look a little bit like this. That's what VRVP is going to look like when we bring it up here in just a second. Haha! How about that? So the point here is the VRVP was always going to drop off a cliff right here as a result of all of the, as a result of the fact that there's not really much trading up here. In short, the point here is that $52,425 is essentially the end of the road for the resistance that Bitcoin needs to break through. We broke above this downtrend. Now, if we break above $52,425, then Bitcoin is pretty much off to the races. We've traded sideways for 2 weeks, which indicates that Bitcoin has been able to reset much of its momentum. And that is very exciting for many reasons. The number one reason is that I read an article this morning, and it was so interesting because this article was talking about how there is not as much hype in Bitcoin right now as there was back in 2021. Because, you know, when Bitcoin went through that massive rally and then crashed post-2021 bull market, there was a lot of, how should we say, destruction that was wrought by Luna, that was wrought by FTX, by Sam Bankman-Fried, by Celsius, by 3AC. Luna, I think I already said that. Etc. And so there's a lot of bad taste in the mouth. There's some bad feelings, bad vibes. There was the phrase going around at the time about crypto. And so you haven't had this huge return of exuberance around Bitcoin the same way you had in 2020 and 2021 when everybody was stuck at home rationing toilet paper and glued to their chart screens. But nevertheless, Bitcoin has still managed to go back to $52,000. Well, the good thing about this channel, and why you should subscribe to this channel, is that I wasn't just here in the last bull market. I was here in the bull market before the last bull market. So I've got historical context that a lot of the other people that you're going to watch might not have. That being said, many of my friends here on YouTube have been in the space since about 2017 as well. But I remember not just this bull market. I remember this bull market, guys. I got in here back in the 50s, man. I've been here for a while. I'm the old dude in crypto. I'm the 23-year-old old guy in crypto. I'm the guy waving my newspaper at you and telling you to get off my lawn and quit buying pizza with Bitcoin, man. I was there when it was written, right? All the memes, roll them all up into one. Point being, I wasn't just here for this bull market. I was here for the back half of this bull market. And I remember in this bull market and this bull market both, the hype was through the roof. I remember just a couple of examples. Back here in 2017, this is like 74 years ago. Dude Perfect and Ellen DeGeneres, both of them went hype about Bitcoin. It was all over the place. It was mainstream. In 2017, you had like 2 months there where it went full-blown mainstream. I remember that. Like it was yesterday. I was a senior in high school, guys. This channel was just getting started. And we saw the same thing happen here in 2020 and 2021. Bitcoin, for about 2 years then, was mainstream. For about 2 months here, it was mainstream. For about 2 years here, it was mainstream. It was everywhere. Michael Saylor, Elon Musk, Visa, MasterCard, New York Times, Wall Street, everybody. It was everywhere. That hasn't happened yet. Curious. I know. Why hasn't that happened yet? Show of hands. Let's see the hand emoji. Let's see the hand emoji in chat like you're in 5th grade. Raise your hand. If you remember 2020 and 2021, you remember the zeitgeist is the best word I can find for it. The feeling, the electricity in the air that we felt back in 2020 and 21. Now, give me a second hand if you remember back in 2017 and you remember what I'm talking about. Do you feel that yet? I don't. I don't feel that yet at all. There was a little bit of hype there for a couple of weeks over the... There's a little bit of hype there for a couple of weeks over the ETF, and then it died down. Nothing super crazy exciting. Everybody's showing the hands. So you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. And the data backs it up. The data corroborates it. On Google search trends, we are not there yet. We are not there yet. Look at this. You see the search trends. Okay? 100 over here for Bitcoin. Now let's look at cryptocurrency. This is 5 years. This is the last 5 years. Look at cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is nowhere near. Cryptocurrency is at 1 right now. Back in 2020, it got up to 21. It's a fifth. Sorry, not a fifth. 5% of what it was. Do you see my point here? Do you see what I'm getting at? You could probably know where I am going with this. It's very simple. I tell almost all of my coaching clients, I told somebody this just last week, I tell you guys all the time, the system that I teach you is not going to be easy. It will be hard. It will not necessarily be quick. It'll probably take some time, although it can happen quickly. But I will tell you one thing. It's simple. It is not that complicated. It is not that complicated to understand the things I teach. You know why? Because they're common freaking sense. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel and say, you need 15 Solana, you'll become a millionaire. You need 100,000 Cardano, you'll become a millionaire. You need this, you'll become a millionaire. You need a plan, and you need historical understanding, and you will become a millionaire if you build your financial picture in the right way for the right amount of time, which is probably going to be at least a few years if you're not there yet. Swallow that horse pill and say, all right, I'm going to get on a plan, 90% likelihood, unless the sky falls tomorrow, then 3 to 5 years, I'm going to be a millionaire. But right now, I got to understand one thing, and that's the historical context of Bitcoin. And the historical context of Bitcoin is that we are nowhere near where we were at the all-time highs of 2021 when it comes to search volume. But we are near the all-time highs in price. What does that stand for? What does that mean? What does that mean? What's the big deal that Bitcoin search volume is down and Bitcoin is up? Why does it matter? Well, don't forget. If we look over here at Google Trends, let's look at the first time that Bitcoin went up to 100. January 10th to 16th. January 10th to 16th. was right here. This right here, this point in time right there was an all-time high in search volume for Bitcoin. You know why? Because it was almost an all-time high in price. Again, we go up to an over 90, about 85 or 90 here, 87. Valentine's Day of 2021. Where's the chart? Right there. It's an all-time high. Let's look over here. The third time we run up to this peak. Where are we? May 16th, Bitcoin hits 100. That means it's the most search volume that Bitcoin would ever see. Right there. These are the all-time highs from this chart, these three peaks right here, plotted on this chart. And what is this? This is the all-time high range on Bitcoin. Now, let's go back in time here. Let's get a little bit of context. Bitcoin rallied to 25 right here. 47 on January 7th, right around the time the ETFs launched. Well, we rallied to 47 on search volume, 43 over here in June 23rd to June 29th, 2019. Let's get some context. Let's do our history. Where the search volume is now is more comparable to where Bitcoin was here. And everybody thinks we're here. And they're wrong. And they're wrong. There are two ways you can interpret this. Either one, you can say Bitcoin is about to go through a gigantic crash, and it's going to crash for the next year in the same way that it did here leading up to the pandemic and in the first part of the pandemic. That's not what the halving cycle says. The halving cycle says we're a year further along than this, and we're actually time-wise right here. So if we are search interest right here, and we are time-wise right here, then why do people keep thinking that we're right here? Well, because we're there on price. But if you're going to be an investor, you've got to dig deeper than price, because a huge part of what makes you a good, competent investor, and Bitcoin is moving, so we'll look down there at that because it's making my point as we speak. A large part of what makes you a competent investor is being able to tell the difference between where the price is and where the price ought to be. Right now, Bitcoin is trading at $53,000, and it doesn't make any sense. Let's go to the chart. And it doesn't make any sense because based on where it is in time and where it is on search interest, it ought to be at 25. But it's at 53. What does that mean? That means quite simply, my fellow analyst, that Bitcoin is undervalued dramatically and that the all-time high this time is going to be far higher than last time. It points, as does all of our analysis, to a multi-$100,000 Bitcoin, probably 150 to 200 by the end of this bull market. Why? And here's the thesis. If you take one thing away, this is the whole point of the stream. The reason is because without the enthusiasm, Bitcoin's gone to 53, whereas before, without the enthusiasm, it could only go to 14. 75% lower than we are now. 65, 70% lower than where we are now. When the enthusiasm comes back, and I do believe it'll be the most enthusiasm that we will ever see on Bitcoin yet, that's when it actually gets the nitrous. What's your point? This market rallied to $53,000 without the stuff that even sent it above $14,000 last time. When that enthusiasm that sent Bitcoin to 69 comes back, where could this market go? Leaves us with one final question. Is it coming back? Yes, it is. There are a huge number of millions of people coming back into cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is bringing financial sovereignty to millions, the likes of which we have not seen in a generation. It is bringing liberation to millions in a way that nothing else in this physical world could. And that, my friends, is an exciting fact. I'm not just trying to give you emotion here, although I do want to pump you up, because this is a time to be excited. My purpose of this stream is to make sure that if you only hear one of our pieces of content, you walk away realizing that Bitcoin is the way. It is a huge part of what finance is going to look like over the remainder of this century. And it has forever revolutionized the way that humankind views currency. It is mostly a store of value rather than a medium of exchange. I understand that. But people are waking up to the fact that they have lost control of their finances. They have lost control of their finances. And their government has made it by printing and inflating away the currency as a silent tax to pay for all the debt. The government runs a nearly $2 trillion deficit every year, which is bananas. There's not a word strong enough to describe how stupid that is. So I just got to go with the funny route. It's bananas. It's freaking bananas. It's like, you know why it's bananas? Because we got a whole bunch of monkeys in Congress that keep approving budgets that are running a $2 trillion freaking deficit. Whew, could get on that soapbox all day, but let me tell you something. It's not actually a deficit in the Congress's eyes. You know why? Because they're inflating the hell out of the currency and taxing you. Who stands to benefit from that? The people that issue the currency. The money's less valuable than the debt. If the money's less valuable, then it's easier to collect tax dollars because of inflation to pay off that debt, and the debt doesn't look as big because the money's worth less anyway. You think taxes are high? They are. Wait until you realize that inflation is also a silent tax. And I get it, you need a certain amount of inflation to keep up with economic growth. I understand that. But people in this world, especially in America, especially all over the world, they are sick and flippin' tired. They are sick and tired of having the money that they put under a mattress stolen from them by the invisible hand of government. Put $100,000 under a mattress 100 years ago, you would have virtually nothing now. Because $100,000 100 years ago was worth more like a couple million. People are tired of it. That's why they're putting their money in Bitcoin. That's why in 10 years, any registered investment advisor that does not endorse the purchasing of Bitcoin as a part of your retirement portfolio will be laughed at. Mark my words, in 10 to 15 years, any RIA, registered investment advisor that does not recommend having at least 1% of your portfolio in Bitcoin will be mocked. They will be laughed at because it's such a problem. The United States dollar is a failing system. It is somebody who's just been shot 17 times and you keep pumping them full of morphine. I'm sorry, but they've still got holes in them that need to be patched. The painkillers aren't enough. And Bitcoin's part of the solution. So, did Bitcoin have a potential to drop down to 48? Yeah. Does it look like it's going to? At the moment, no. And I'm fine with that. Great. Rather it not. At some point, Bitcoin's going to start rallying towards all-time high. And when it does, it is going to catch the affection of the masses once again. And the drunken, hungover stupor that the entire cryptocurrency market has been in for the last 2.5 years as a result of Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX and Luna and 3AC and Celsius and all these companies is going to start coming to an end. Most of the litigation that's been going on in cryptocurrency has come to an end, for the most part, in the favor of cryptocurrency. Gary Gensler is the laughingstock of Wall Street, both in crypto and out of crypto. Coinbase and Binance are likely going to end up winning their cases, or, well, at least for Coinbase, they're likely either going to win their case, or it's going to be settled in a way that it just doesn't really do hardly anything to Coinbase. Friends, this is a $2 trillion market. This is not the same infinitesimal market that it was when I got into crypto. You want to know what crypto was worth when I got into crypto? When Old Man Jeb was in crypto? When I got into crypto? July 31st, 2017. You want to take a wild guess, but pause the video. Take a guess. How much was the entire flipping market worth when I got in? Guys, I'm only 23. I got in senior year of high school. This was not that long ago in the grand scheme of things. You know what crypto was worth? It was worth $80 billion. It was worth $80 billion. $80 billion. That's it. But yeah, $80 billion is a lot of money. Not on Wall Street, it's not. You know how many companies are worth more than $80 billion? Thousands of them. You know how many companies make $80 billion a year? Pretty much everything in the 500. You know how many countries have a GDP greater than $80 billion? Almost half of them. I'd have to check the number, but probably at least, well, probably not that many, actually. but at least a few dozen of them. At least most of the at least the G10, the G20. They make $80 billion a year. $80 billion is not that big of a market cap. You know what it is? $2 trillion. And keep in mind, the enthusiasm's not even back yet. The enthusiasm that originally pushed us to an all-time high where we reached up to the peak of 3. The former peak has become the current foundation. And from this foundation, we shall have a movement that will inspire millions to take back control of their finances. I firmly believe that this good word teaches to be in control of your finances and surrender them to God and let Him guide them as He would see fit. But first, render control of them and make sure that you are the one that is directing them. Genesis chapter 1, verse 28, where we find the definition of financial sovereignty, at least one part, the core of it. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it. If you translate that word subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea. If you translate the word dominion and subdue, it comes up with a very similar phrasing. It means to control, to bring under control, to steward, to be a king, to be a sovereign, to be a marshal. Back in ancient Israel, if I had let's say I had 100 acres. I'm a really rich guy, right? I got 100 acres. I'm going to put somebody in charge of that field, and they're going to manage it. I own the field, but I'm putting somebody as the marshal of it. And they're the ones to handle everything. I own it. It's mine. I made it. I bought it. It's mine. But I put this guy in charge of it. That's what God did. He put us in charge of our finances. Get control over it. If you hire a marshal to be over your 100-acre field, and he comes back in 3 years and said, we didn't grow anything. We sat around and played backgammon. Then you know what you're going to do? You're going to fire him. And you're not going to give him any more fields. If he comes back and says, yeah, we got in control of it. Yeah, you gave us 1,000 silver cups. We got 15,000 here. We made a profit. You're going to say, good job, man. I'm going to go buy another 100 acres. I'm going to let you run it. That's us. We are that marshal. How fruitful we are with the things that we have been blessed with, which, by the way, are not ours. They are His on high. The more fruitful we are with them, the more likely it is that He's going to give us more to steward. Because His earth, He made it. It's up to Him. It's His. This is not my microphone. This is not my pen. This is God's pen. This is God's microphone. This is God's YouTube channel. I was placed in stewardship of it in a relationship with Him. As we take control of these things and grow them, then we will be blessed with more than likely. Not all the time. Of course, I firmly believe the prosperity gospel is heresy. But in general, if you are going to be a good steward of the things that you're entrusted with, and part of that is bringing control over them, then you will more than likely have more. And that is why cryptocurrency is so valuable. That's why blockchain is so valuable, because it's based on a biblical concept in at least that one area, which is that you bring back control over the finances. You bring back control over your work. You bring back control over your identity. You are the one in control of it. Please accept the Lord and surrender it to Him, because it's His in the first place. But let's bring control over these things in our life and grow them and steward them in a good way. That is why Bitcoin is a $1 trillion market. That is why Bitcoin will be a $10 trillion market, because in a world where the government wants to play God and take control of everything that you are supposed to be in control of and surrender to God, the real God, Bitcoin gives you the control back by being immutable, by being unhackable, by being secure, by being essentially the first indestructible example of anything in the history of mankind built on the internet. And that's why it's going to go to well over $150,000 in this bull market, and why it'll likely go to $1 million eventually. I don't know if that'll be by the end of the decade, but it's going to happen one day. If the world lasts that long. Whew. Oh, man. Let's read some chat. Is that why we call them God candles? Oh, my goodness. God said you need that home remodel. Nah, God said, blessed are you if you give up your home for my sake. That's what He said. I know you're joking there, daydream believer STL. You're mocking people that say that. I don't think you believe that, but talented articulation here, or just a bunch of rambling. I mean that. All right, guys. The point here, the purpose, the point, the purpose. point purpose here is that this rally that Bitcoin's about to go through, and the reason it gets me so fired up, the reason that I'm so fired up about this rally and I'm so excited about this is because this, if we do break bullish here above 53, is probably the last stop before we bring Bitcoin all the way back up to all-time high. The next major level of resistance is at 57.5. 57.5 comes from the Fibonacci golden pocket. I'm sorry, not the Fibonacci golden pocket. The Fibonacci level at 0.786, up here about 57,000. Depending on how exactly you draw it, I believe it comes to around 57.5. Yeah, right there, about 57.5 at 786. If we break bullish here, we're likely going to 57.5. From there, guys, we break that, we're going all-time high. That's kind of the end of it. That's what's going to happen. I mean, if there's a huge amount of bullishness here, guys. Listen, I just spent 30 minutes on my soapbox explaining to you. I don't know how else to explain it. If you don't get it, I'm sorry. I can keep explaining it. You guys seem to like the rants. But the point here is that people are sick and freaking tired of being slaves to a financial system that is not built for them. Somebody put that on a coffee mug. People are sick and freaking tired of being part of a financial system that was not built for them. They want a financial system that was built for them. That was built for their families, not for Congress. And I'm not just trying to pin the tail on Congress here. I'm not just trying to make Congress the scapegoat. I will tell you something. If we've got a problem with how much debt Congress is running up, if we've got a problem with the foolishness going on in Congress, then we need to first look at ourselves instead of pointing the finger and saying, you're stupid. Let's point the finger at us and say, man, that was stupid. That thing I did yesterday where I bought this thing I couldn't afford. I was a fool. Let's change our own hearts. Because as much as I do want to just sit here and go to town on Congress, the thing we got to remember is that they are based on the constituents of the people. They are a reflection, as they should be, of the American people. So if we are being fools with our money, we shouldn't be any more surprised that the Congress is being fools with the money that we are taxed by. I often say that the reason that you have to pay so much in taxes is because Congress is better at wasting money than we are. So they need it because that's the whole point of America pretty much, is just to waste money. But not really. That's one of America's favorite pastimes, maybe I'll say. But at the end of the day, it's just a joke because ultimately, Congress is just a reflection of how we are acting as American citizens. We need to be better stewards of our finances, and I do believe a part of that is having a part of your portfolio in Bitcoin. I am not against stock market investing. There's a lot of money to be made in the stock market. It is a proven way to get wealthy. There's a lot of money to be made in real estate. It is a proven way to get wealthy. Anyone who debates that is debating facts and logic. I'm sorry to sound like Ben Shapiro here, but it's just a fact. You can make money in the stock market. You can make money in real estate. I'm also sorry to Dave Ramsey, but you can make money in crypto. You just have to have a plan. I don't know what happened, but about a year ago, who am I kidding? I've been like this my whole life. I'm just sick and tired of things that are taught the wrong way because teaching is such a value. The Bible talks about how the different believers are given different callings and different gifts. I firmly believe that mine was teaching. I firmly believe that I was given the gift of teaching, to teach people about how things ought to be. And I need to be very careful with that because I don't want to teach my preference as gospel because my preference is not gospel. But there are things that are literally gospel and there are things that are literally biblical and there are things that are literally just true and you can't argue with them. It's just a fact. It just is what it is. And part of the fact is that in the first chapter of the good book, we learn that we need to be marshals. We need to be in control. We need to be sovereign. We need to be meek, kind, loving, caring kings, not tyrants. Meek, kind, loving, caring, patient, peaceful kings that are good and faithful stewards of the things that we've been entrusted with. You look around the room that you're sitting in. Do you own the things in that room? Then you are responsible for them. What's their condition? Do they need to be there? Do you have any plan to use them in the next 6 months? If not, sell them and put the money towards something that is actually going to be productive. Look around your cryptocurrency portfolio. Are there cryptocurrencies in there and you have no idea what they are? You just thought, oh, it's got a cool name. It's called Buy Me Now token, so I bought it. Look around your portfolio. Is your money invested in a good place? Do you have a plan? Are you on a written, detailed plan for that investment? Meek means focused on our maker. Amen. Peter Birdsall. You got that right. The meek shall inherit the earth. Matthew chapter 5, verse 3. The meek shall inherit the earth. And that ties very beautifully into Genesis chapter 1, verse 28, where it says, and God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it. Subdue what? Subdue the earth. It is the earth. Okay, well, how do you subdue the earth? Well, first you have to inherit it from who? From your Father who is on high, who made the whole thing just a few verses earlier. Matthew 5:3 and Genesis 1:28 combined are the definition of financial sovereignty. Bring control over the earth that has been put in your stewardship and surrender it with meekness back to the Father who gave it to you in the first place and be directed by his command. And you will be blessed. I guarantee you. I do not believe in the prosperity gospel because the prosperity gospel preaches that you will be blessed on this side of heaven. And I tell you what, sometimes you're going to do everything right and you're going to die young. Because the world sucks. It is corrupted by sin. But I promise you, if you follow the one true King, if you follow Christ Jesus, you will be blessed either in earth or in eternity. One of the two. If you follow him and you are his child and you do as he says, I guarantee you, you will be blessed. I do promise you that because the word promises that, but it does not promise that any of those blessings will be on this side of heaven. That's a hope. But if you follow him and if you are his son, if you are his daughter, if you are his child, because you surrendered your life to Christ, who died on the cross for you, and you follow his word, and you are a faithful steward of the things that he has entrusted you with, as well as many other things. If you are kind to the poor, and you help those that are needy, the widow, the orphan, the stranger, if you are kind and you help people, and you follow God, and you live in a righteous way, you will be blessed on either side of heaven. Maybe on this side of heaven, definitely in eternity, if you are his child and if you're on that path. Oftentimes, those blessings will come on this side of heaven, but sometimes they won't. Sometimes they won't. All right. Let's keep watching the chart here, then we're going to read some chat. Bitcoin currently trading at $52,800. Very excited about that. Very, very, very excited about that. I do believe Bitcoin's going to go into a massive, massive rally. Huge rally. Investor fear of risky assets. They understand higher rewards equal higher risk. Yes. And you do have to take risk. Guys, I'm not against risk. I am against uncalculated and stupid risks. I'm against walking into a casino and playing blackjack and thinking you're going to get rich that way. It doesn't work that way. You walk into a casino and you say, listen, I'm going to sit here for 10 years. I know how to count cards. And you got a strategy, okay? You're going to get thrown out eventually because they're going to realize it. But if you got a strategy and you're taking risk and it's part of a well-planned, documented, calculated strategy, then fine. I am against unnecessary risk. You can make money in almost any market. You can make money in almost any market. What I will say, is that you've got to have a calculation for that risk. All right. Big wick incoming. Yep. We're blessed to be in crypto right now. Yep, we are. We sure are. Pew Pew Poom 2 said, Jeb got a chart of the day for you. Okay. What you got? What you got? Remove the Fed tax and we only have a state tax. The state should pay a tax to the Fed. Right. Yeah, it's a new high coming in, $52,840. It's exciting. Sweet Ben Bear said, grand day, Jeb, all, and happy Monday. Good morning to you as well. Boom 2 said, ZF. Let's see. Let's go to CoinMarketCap, and then I'll keep a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's at $52,830 right now. Obviously, it's doing relatively well. ZK Swap Finance over here. We just breached $2 trillion in market cap, by the way. For any of you guys that are still doubting crypto, it is doing amazing. ZK Swap Finance, sitting at 828, has been out for a few months on a major rally. Love to see it. Pew Pew Poom 2, you seem to be very good at picking the small cryptocurrencies. And when I warn people to be careful about picking stuff outside of the top 100, I also like to add that caveat because I know there's characters like you out there that are actually pretty good at it, from what I can tell. Because you can make a lot of money picking stuff down here. Obviously, you can. There's a lot of money to be made if you pick the right project. It just takes a lot of research. So good for you, for anybody that is able to go out here and say, all right, I found something outside of the top 100, and this is going to end up being the next big thing. ZKSwap.finance. The first swap-to-earn platform. Partners in listing. Binance. Yep. Cool. So, yeah, obviously this chart looking very good. So here's an option, guys. Check this out. Pew Pew Poom 2 seems to be pretty good at picking them. All right, so go in, it's ZK play, right, ZK rollups. Go check out ZK Swap Finance. Look into it. I obviously have not looked into it yet, so I couldn't tell you anything about it. I do like that it's got a max supply of a billion. So, yeah, it's on. It says it's on, let's see. On charts, markets. I thought it said it was on Binance. It's not on Binance yet? Okay. Open Ocean. Have to figure out where to get it. Cool. All right. Well, jump back on over here to the chart. Sweet Ben Bear said 677 watching, only 178 likes. Please be smashing that like button. Yes, thank you guys. Hit that like button. Copperfield asking a great question. Why are the alts not pumping, Jeb? Quite simply, everybody's sitting there looking for Bitcoin. They're holding their breath trying to see what Bitcoin's going to do next, because Bitcoin is kind of in this sideways motion. Now, the good thing to keep in mind is that the altcoins are, in large part, they are moving some. Cardano's up at 60 cents. Avalanche is up a little bit. Bitcoin's up. It's at 52,850, setting new highs. I think everybody's kind of waiting on seeing what Bitcoin is going to do. Only CEX right now. Only DEX right now. Gotcha. Screw Bitcoin. My Bitcoin mining stock is up 21% today. Yeah, look, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of money to be made in a lot of different places. Bitcoin's up to 52,890, looking like a breakout might be coming pretty soon, guys. 52,992 coming in as our local top. We will take a look at the dominance charts. We can do that for just a second. Bitcoin sitting at 51% market dominance. We'll jump back to Bitcoin if it starts to break out. Bitcoin market dominance is a very important metric because it is still very high. The blue up here inverted is the Bitcoin market dominance. Bitcoin through all of this has been gaining market dominance, believe it or not. The altcoins have been doing an insane amount of movement. But the altcoin dominance is has been going down. And the reason that that's significant is because Bitcoin is still leading the first wave. This is still the first wave of the bull market, guys. It's still the first wave of the bull market. Hadn't even come close. We've not even barely started yet. Bitcoin is a yearly high, basically right now. I think a breakout might be coming today. We'll look at that. MicroStrategy is doing great. Obviously a very good sign. Let's see. I'm going to read some chat. We're going to wrap it out here in just a minute, guys. We're running over time. Vintage Excellence said, I'm giving her all I've got, Captain. Here's another quote for you. The line must be drawn here. This far, no farther. Remembers that quote. What we need to do with our crypto is say, nope, we're done. We're investing in crypto. We're becoming sovereign over our finances. Today, not tomorrow, not next week, not 5 minutes from now. Right now, we are choosing to treat our money differently. We are choosing to be the ones in charge of it and to surrender it to him and to be successful with it, because that's where all blessings come from. All right. Read a little bit more chat. Yeah, SBF is hanging out with gangs in jail photo. Oh, how the mighty fall. There's a song that goes that way. Let's see. Read a little bit more chat, and then we're going to wrap it out. Don't be a fiat slave, y'all. Get out. You're going to have to work. You're going to have to work in. You're going to have to work in fiat to some degree. But I want you to diversify your risk by having something in Bitcoin. That's my purpose. I'm scared there might be an EMP capable of wiping out the whole world grid, essentially taking down Bitcoin. If that happens, then 2 billion people are going to starve to death. I don't want to be too scary, but I'll just put it that way. If a worldwide EMP completely knocks out the internet and completely takes it offline, we are so dependent on electronics and on internet for modern agriculture that you are going to be witnessing an end of civilization style famine. So Bitcoin is going to be the last of your worries there. Pete Schwartz said, where did you get that Bible cover? Online. It says, the Lord is my strength and my defense, and he has become my salvation. Exodus 15:2. Then on the back it says, the Lord is my strength. My wife got it for me for Christmas. Shout out to her. It's just on Amazon. It's real leather. Pretty cool. Shout out to Pete Schwartz, by the way. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to see you in chat. All right. Guys, I do want to let you guys know one more time that I do want to let you guys know one more time that Blowfin is the place to go for your trading. It is non-KYC. They are custodian. They have Fireblocks as their custodian, and they're absolutely killing it right now. They've got so much adoption going on. So many people are signing up for Blowfin, and the reason for that is because they've got copy trading, they've got spot trade, they've got all kinds of pairs. They're secured by Fireblocks. They've got an earn program. They've got everything you need to make this your home. So if you've not already signed up for Blowfin, make sure to go down to the link in the description box down below and sign up, because there are a ton of different markets here. There are a ton of ways to make money over here on Blowfin. You can see Ethereum trading at 31.36. Very exciting. They've got copy trading here, which I want to dig into more and show you guys some more about. But you can see over here, some of these traders over here are making a huge amount of return. The reason that I really like copy trading is because it's a way to, in a relatively low risk, use a professional trader to make some money. You can throw some money at this, try it out. If you don't know what it is, basically, copy trading is where you've got a professional full-time trader, and they're trading on the open markets, and they're making money, and you just press the copy button, and the exchange does all the work, and it makes you do exactly what they do. And then you can see what their ROI is over the last 7 days. You can watch some of these copy traders, how much assets under management they have, how many people are following them. You can see their win rate over the last 7 days. They're not going to win all the time. Sometimes they're going to fail, but a lot of times they're going to do very well, especially if you pick the right one. You can make some money this way. Just go in here, and you can make a lot of money just from copy trading. It's got a beginner's guide right here. It's got a trader guide right here. So whether you're the trader that you want people to copy and you want to make money by them copying you, or if you want to be the person that goes and actually makes the money from copy trading, then you can check that out and go make some money that way. Pretty exciting stuff. So I definitely recommend that you sign up for Blowfin. Go to the link in the description box down below. After you deposit, you're going to be getting $30 free over in your futures account. So make sure that you go and sign up for Blowfin right now with the link in the description box down below. Get $30 for free, even if you don't use the exchange. Just deposit some money, sign up, no KYC. Custody by Fireblocks. It's safe. It's private. Sign up today. Get $30 for free. Check out the exchange. If you decide you don't like it, then move on. But you get $30 for free anyway. Those are the kind of deal I like to bring you guys. All right. This is why we went over time today. Because Bitcoin has rallied up and touched the yearly high at 52,992. And I want to see if Bitcoin's going to be able to break it, because I got a feeling it's about to. As you can see, we just rallied up and touched it. Again, normally we would have wrapped out the stream by now, but I wanted to see if this was going to happen. We rallied up to this level, 52,992. And as you can see, the market's moving pretty quick. In fact, you know what? Let's use Blowfin for a second. Let's take a look at how thick the order book is over here. Let's see, 52,996. Yep. Zoom out. Yep, look at that. There's only about, on Blowfin anyway, there's 15 Bitcoin worth of buys, 34 Bitcoin worth of buys. Goodness gracious, look at the buys right here. There's a lot more buy activity than there is sell side activity. Buy about 10 Bitcoin up to 53. That's helpful information because it tells us that Bitcoin doesn't have a ton of resistance. It's helpful to look at the order books, because right now what I'm seeing over on Blowfin, it's how we can integrate exchanges into our charting. It's kind of jumping around back and forth. It moves quickly, obviously, but you can see here, there's more. This total Bitcoin right here is what you want to look at. Total Bitcoin. You can see it keeps changing. There's actually a lot of resistance up there now. But depending on the exact moment you look at it, a lot of times there's been significantly more Bitcoin on the buy side than there is on the sell side. Let's call the valley. Right over here, that's the valley and the spread. These two numbers, 52,880 and 52,860 right in there. That's the valley and the spread. And you also have the valley walls, right? That's how much Bitcoin is on either side. In general, what I'm seeing, just kind of looking here, 103 to 75, exactly. So there's more Bitcoin on the buy side than there is on the sell side. It keeps changing because Bitcoin's going up and down. I believe that there's a different way I can look at that. Here we go. There's the depth chart I was looking for. Do you see the huge amount of Bitcoin that just is sitting there? Just boom, right there on exchange. See all that Bitcoin. All of that. There's a bunch of Bitcoin. There's a valley wall right there. But yeah, these are the valleys. This is called the depth chart. This is where you can see how much Bitcoin is being bought and sold. And if there's a lot more Bitcoin being bought than there is being sold, then eventually the market will move in that direction as you give it more time. So excited about that. We're going to go for another 5 minutes. At 11:09, I'm going to wrap it out if we haven't broken out. If we do break out, then I'll keep going here. But make sure you stay tuned for the next 5 minutes, because a breakout may be coming at any moment here. On the 5-minute chart, Bitcoin has just recently touched 52,992. Oh, man, I got a feeling we're about to break it. Got this weird feeling. I can't predict. I can't tell you for certain what the future is, but I got this weird feeling that we're about to break it. Let's see if I'm right. Let's see if I'm right. I've been doing this for 7 years. Let's see if my gut's right on this one. Might not be. Could be wrong. I don't know. We're going to find out. My gut's telling me we're about to break this. I could be totally wrong. Could be totally wrong. Let's read some chat. Woke up and realized we were pumping. Yep. We are. Make sure to sign up for Blowfin so you got an exchange to go and do all your trading on. It's got over 300 trading pairs. If you want a cryptocurrency, Blowfin's probably got it. There's a reason that they're exploding. There we go. We just broke it. My gut was right. $53,000 was just touched for the first time in 2.5 years. About a week ago when we broke up to this level, we hit $52,992. We have not hit $53,000 in over 2.5 years. This is a new high, and the bulls are going to realize it. And here in just the next few seconds, you're likely to see another breakout above that. And I think within just a few minutes, you're going to be well above $53,000. Could be wrong on that. We obviously have not broken through the resistance in a very strong way yet. So regardless, we're about to see a large movement. Could be up, could be down. But in general, you're about to see a lot of volatility. The fact that we just broke through $53,000 was a big deal. Big deal. Pew Pew Poom 2 said shorts are about to get wrecked. Yep. They probably are. If you're in a short position, I do not envy you right now. We'll see what happens, guys. Now it's just a wait-and-see game. $52,997, $53,000 just touched once again. Watch the replay. That's a double touch on $53,000. Exciting things happening. My whole rant should have prepared you. Ah, ha, ha. We just closed the minute chart. All right, that's a big deal. Okay, the timing on that was impeccable. We just closed the minute chart at exactly $53,015. Here we go. Back into auctioneer territory, guys. We're on a rally. $53,015 was just hit. That is a $23 new all-time high, a yearly high. 53.22 was just touched. Levels that Bitcoin has not seen in 2.5 years since the very tail end of 2021. 53,043, 53,550, 53,065 coming in hot. 53,066 coming in. $53,100, 150, 161. 53,194, 211, 222, 248. My gut was right. After you do something for a decade, you tend to know what's going to happen. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Sign up for Blowfin so you have an exchange to do all your trading on. We got a long upper wick, but that's okay. That upper wick is going to show out even on the daily chart, even on the weekly chart. What we're doing right now is very important. 53,249, 53,275, 289, 294, 318, 332. Order books are eviscerated, guys. Order books are gone. Absolutely annihilated. Completely shut down. Bears are getting wrecked. Here we go. Where will the rejection be? I'm going to get 53,348 coming in. 53,434. Goodness gracious, we're moving fast. 403. I reckon we're probably going to go back all the way to $57,000, $57,500 at some point relatively soon. $53,490, $53,503, $53,522 coming in. All right, guys, this is exciting territory. This is not your minor breakout. We are now over $500 higher than the resistance. This is a big deal. 53,507 is our current high. The shorts are getting annihilated. 53,530 is our current high, actually. Excuse me. I got a real good feeling. If you guys are new here and you're tuning in because of the breakout, welcome to the stream. My name is Jeb. I've been working in the crypto markets for about 7 years. And I love watching Bitcoin breakout live. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's so fun to commentate it. I think the rally's going to continue, and we're going to see a little bit of a horse race here. 53,530 is our current high that we are contending with. Alex S. said, deep in my bones. That's right. Got a real good feeling deep down in my bones. People are tired of not being in control of their finances. People are tired of their life being out of control. It's that simple. People are over it. People are sick and tired of it. They're sick and tired of being sick and tired. They are sick and tired of being out of control. The out of control has gotten out of control. And they're done with it. They're tired of it. And a big part of that is the financial side of things. They're over it. They are sick and tired of not being the ones in control of their money. They are sick and tired of not being the ones in control of their finances. They're over it, guys. And so they're putting money into Bitcoin. Like I told you, in the next 10 to 15 years, you are going to see any registered investment advisor that does not promote having at least 1% of your portfolio in Bitcoin is going to be laughed out of the room in the next 15 years. Probably sooner, to be quite honest with you. Any RIA that does not recommend having at least a small portion of Bitcoin in their portfolio is going to be laughed out of the room. If they had have said that 10 years ago, they would have been laughed out of the room for recommending having any Bitcoin in their portfolio. Anyone that recommended purchasing an automobile in 1898 would have been laughed out of the room because nothing will ever beat the horse. Nowadays, if you advise somebody to have a horse and a buggy instead of a vehicle, you will be laughed out of the room. Times change when technology comes in. There are principles that do not change, like financial sovereignty. That has not changed in the entire history of mankind. Technology does. Bitcoin is technology. It's built on principles, but it in and of itself is not a principle, it's a technology, and it will be adopted. I've been telling you this for the better part of a decade. It is coming. And the sooner you get in on it, the better off you're going to be. There are big bear markets. And one will be coming. 53,575 coming in as our new all-time high, new yearly high. 53,600 coming in hot. 53,614, 625. There will be bear markets. And there will be drops. But in the long run, Bitcoin is going to do very, very well for itself. Anyone who's in Bitcoin, 53,680 coming in, 53,687. Anyone in it is going to be successful if they hold it for long enough, put it that way. Financial sovereignty or nothing, etc. People originally thought electricity would wreak havoc on society. And there are things that electricity brought that definitely were difficult. Modern warfare got a lot bigger after electricity came about. But I'll tell you what, it was one of the biggest things. It was one of the greatest pieces of technological advancement that ever happened in the history of the world. If you guys have not already, make sure to sign up for Blowfin. They are the sponsor of today's video, and they are a great exchange to get started doing your trading on. We're currently using their order books to keep an eye on the valley. A lot of sells lining up here, but there's still a lot more buys. The wall is much steeper, as you can see here on Bitcoin. There's a very, very, very steep wall on Bitcoin over here of support. Huge, 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 huge buy wall. Make sure you sign up. Get $30 for free when you sign up with our link and deposit anything. Just go deposit something. You get $30. How easy is that? And also, guys, don't forget to sign up for NordVPN. The reason you want to sign up for NordVPN is pretty simple. They're going to help you stay secure online. Sign up, get a 2-year plan. Do it all risk-free with a 30-day money-back refund guarantee. The link in the description box down below. You've heard of NordVPN. You know they're trustworthy. You just haven't done it yet because you didn't think it was worth it. Let me tell you something. If NordVPN stops you from getting hacked and it stops somebody from stealing your precious $37,000 worth of Dogecoin, I'd say it was worth it. Sign up for both of them. Links in the description box down below. Thank you to both of those companies, Blowfin and NordVPN, for sponsoring our channel and for having great and trustworthy products. All right. I'm going to watch it for a few more minutes here. More than likely, Bitcoin's about to go into another rally. Mr. Check 1984 said, more shorts are getting liquidated than all of the kindergartens in the country. That is about the truth right now. Does the order book play a role in this time and age? Yes, it actually does. And the reason that the order book is important is because it shows you how many buys and sells there are. And the number of buys and sells is actually just the strength of the support and resistance. So the order book is actually very important. And that's why we look at it over here on Blowfin. Because you can see that there's just a huge, just gigantic wall of buys. Good luck getting through that. And obviously, every exchange has its own order book. But Blowfin's the one we're going to look at. It's a pretty big exchange. And it's likely going to be very representative of the rest of the market. It's not just far and away like the bulls are just completely dominant, but they're definitely very strong right now. Order book plays a big role. Order book plays a huge role, actually, because every time the market moves, it's because a trade happened. The order book shows you the traders. But not all traders are into the order book, are they? If you put a trade on the exchange, you are participating in the order book. The only way that you are going to be able to trade Bitcoin without being in the order book is by doing an over-the-counter or a personal trade. If you were trading on Blowfin, if you were trading on Bybit, if you were trading on Apex, if you were trading on Binance, if you were trading on Coinbase, if you were trading on Kraken, if you were trading on KuCoin, if you were trading on Uniswap, if you were trading on MinSwap, I don't care where you're trading. If you're trading on an exchange, you are part of the order book. The vast majority of trading in the cryptocurrency space takes place in an order book. Bitcoin going through a large correction here, indicating that this could all be one large wick, but it is still a huge wick. Even if this is just one big wick, Bitcoin has smashed the new resistance and set a new high. That is a big deal. If we go into a correction here, that's okay. Bitcoin has made history. This is the first time that we've broken above $53,000 in years. Even if we do go through a corrective movement back down to 53, the chart is now enshrined into history. Bitcoin has broken above $53,000. Okay. Welcome to the moon. Yep. On our way. Daniel Stewart says 60K by end of day. That would be up and away. Up and away. Maybe. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Right now, the only thing I can say is that Bitcoin will have traded at 53,683 by the end of the day. I'm more so an opportunist. I like to make predictions on the market, and it's fun, and there's profit in that. But in general, just have a strategy that is kind of prediction agnostic. It's like, we're going to do the same thing over and over again, and then if something happens, all right, great. We'll sell some. If Bitcoin goes to like 200 grand, sure, I'll take that. If it drops really low, well, we got a bunch of capital on the side in cash. Sure, I'll buy that. And yeah, we make predictions because we want to have an idea of where we're going. But we're also opportunistic at the same time. And so right now, just be careful about what you do in crypto because it's very volatile at the moment. So continue to run your dollar cost averaging. Continue to dollar cost average into your cash position. Only trade if you know what you're really doing. Bitcoin's trading at Ethereum is trading at 31.55. That's very exciting. I want to give a big shout out to Ethereum. It's doing very well for itself right now. The Denken update, I forget how to pronounce that, is coming out pretty soon. That's going to be a big deal. Binance at almost $400. Solana at 105, still struggling after that drop. After it went offline. I don't think that was very good for the Solana, for the confidence that people had in Solana. Let's see here. It's going to 10K. To 10K, the EMP is coming. Yeah, if an EMP knocks out all of electricity, then yeah, that's going to be very bad for crypto. But it's going to be very bad for everything. So it's not just going to be crypto. People have been asking about that for a long time. Let's see. A lot of the altcoins, frankly, just are not doing as well as Bitcoin right now. And the reason for that is quite simple. Bitcoin is the market leader at the moment. Bitcoin and Ethereum and Binance, the really big caps, are the ones that are leading the market, and the altcoins are going to have their chance. Uniswap still at 40%. Very exciting. Didn't AVAX go down as well? Yep, it did. And AVAX is struggling on the side of trust right now as well. I do want to point out, keep in mind, Bitcoin is painting a head and shoulders pattern. For anybody who's been through the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, you'll be familiar with the head and shoulders pattern. Be careful of it. Crypto Psycho said never 60K. Thinks we're never going to see 60K again. 55K absolute max. Yeah, we could go to 55K here in the next couple of days. Never 60K again. Don't think that's going to happen. I think Bitcoin's going to be at 60K again within the next year. More than likely within the next month and a half, to be honest with you. But I definitely think we're going to see 60K again. I think before the end of the decade, 60K will be a floor for Bitcoin, and you'll never see it go below that ever again. But I'd love to hear your reasoning on that, Crypto Psycho. Love to hear your reasoning on that, because I am always open to adverse opinions. It's one of the problems with this world is people think, oh my gosh, you disagree with me, therefore you must hate me. One of the toxic pieces of our culture here in the 21st century. I disagree with you, therefore I hate you. No, I just disagree with you. It's okay to disagree, guys. I'm a Christian. There's a lot of you guys in here that aren't Christian. It's okay to disagree. I still love you. You know what I mean? All right, people are asking about Caspa. Look at Caspa. Caspa's kind of mooning. It's 17 cents. Caspa's going to do really well. I'm excited about this project. Very excited about this project. 20 cents is incoming. It's going to get listed eventually. When it does, that's going to be a big deal. Bitcoin is going through a corrective movement right now. Probably am going to wrap up the stream, but guys, I wouldn't be surprised if more is to come. So stay tuned because we will be making more content over the course of this year. Crypto Jab reasoning for never 60K again is that last all-time high will be support from now on. Oh, I see. You were saying never 60K again. Are you saying that we're never going to drop that low again? No, he said 55K absolute max. Max, absolute max. I don't think that's what he meant. I think he's saying that we're never going back to $60,000. Near is on a tear. Yeah, it is. I'm excited about Near. We've got some Near in our portfolio. Near protocol up 15%. Yep, that's pretty exciting. Near's a good project. Near's a good project. Thoughts on Doge? Of all the meme coins, it's probably going to do the best. As far as it's probably going to still remain one of the largest market cap. BlackRock will never let Bitcoin fail. Think about that. Yeah, it's a good point. Very good point. Very, 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 very good point. All right, guys, we are going to wrap it out. Like I said, if you have not already, make sure to sign up for Blowfin. The link is in the description box down below. You're going to be getting access to an awesome cryptocurrency exchange where you can do everything that you need to do. You've got your spot trading, you've got your copy trading, you've got futures. It is all non-KYC. It is secured by Fireblocks, the master of secure custody in the cryptocurrency market. You're going to get access to over 300 trading pairs, and all in all, this is the place to go if you are trying to put everything in place so you can succeed in cryptocurrency. You got to have some exchanges. You've got to have an exchange. Look at this. Guess who's in chat? Rick4962, Yard Dog out of Tennessee himself is in chat, just donated $50. Thank you so much, Rick4962, aka Yard Dog. Anyone in Tennessee and you need some yard work done, you know who to call, Rick4962. Feel free to put some kind of little ad there in chat if you want. This man has been a success in the cryptocurrency space for years. He's also been a big supporter of the channel. I don't know how many thousands of dollars he's donated through our chat over the course of the years. Really appreciate you, Rick. Very excited to see you. And I hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well. Would love to sit down and talk to you. All right, guys. Heart to Rick4962. Yes, there you go, guys. Bunch of likes on that. Shout out to Rick, one of our biggest fans, one of our biggest supporters, I should say. I don't know if he's the biggest fan, but one of our biggest. I know that he would say that he is. I just don't want to. But anyway, yeah, just say thank you to him. Greetings from Biblical Macedonia. Is it Macedonia or Macedonia? I always ask that. People are so backwards on that. Can you mow my field in California? I don't know if he could go all the way to California, but it's up to him. It's up to him, I guess. All right, guys. Very excited about where Bitcoin has gone. Rick4962 said, Jeb has made me so much. Oh, I didn't do that. You did that. You did that as led by God. Macedonia. Macedonia. Ah, it is Macedonia. That sounds cooler anyway than Macedonia. Macedonia. Did I say that right? Good for you, Rick. Very excited for you. And you are doing very well. I'm pretty sure yes. All right, guys. Bitcoin's going into a bit of a correction, but it is going to end up rallying further. Don't worry, guys. Bitcoin's going to get there. For right now, this is a very exciting movement that Bitcoin has gone through. Make sure to sign up for Blowfin. Get your free $30. Why not? I mean, it's $30 free. I mean, you sign up, you deposit, you get $30. It's that simple. Sign up down below, get $30. Easy. Very, very easy. All right. So there you go. Guys, we are going to wrap it out. Before I go, though, I do just first want to let each and every single one of you know that I'm so very thankful for all of you. I'm so very thankful for all of you guys and everything that you've done for the channel. This channel would not be possible without your continual support day in and day out. I appreciate all of you. I want to see all of you succeed. I love hearing about your success stories, and thank you so much to all of you. Rick4962 said, much love all and listen to Jeb. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, guys. All right, guys. Well, let's wrap it out. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, sign up for Blowfin, get your free $30 and access to a great cryptocurrency exchange. That, like I said, we are going to wrap it out. Before we go, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.